Just get ready. Okay. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna double space this because it's really hard for me to read on like this kind of stuff. So. Hold on.
I'll edit it out later. I just don't want to miss the beginning. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bahamas trip 2013. My tan body was lying along the edge of the dock on the far side near the hammock, right next to my best friend Casey. We were both enjoying the warmth of the sun rays on our backs as we were taking in the view of the aqua blue ocean while consuming the words on the pages in front of us while we silently read our summer books. I would glance up every time I finished a page, absorbing the riveting views of the sharks and rays and conchs that lived under the surface of this ultramarine world. That morning, Casey and I got on the resort boat together and sailed out into that other blue world down under. We helped each other put our gear on and plunged into the 77-degree ocean where we could see crystal clear. We slowly decreased to about 70 feet, popping our ears when needed. Our guide then took us to a shipwreck where we first swam around it and then swam up to the deck of the ship and wandered around the remains of the compartments inside the ship. I went in after Casey, following her since she held the flashlight. It was dark and difficult to see, only with a tiny flashlight. All of a sudden, I bumped my tank into the wall of the ship and freaked out. I tried to swim up, but ended up cutting my ankle on a bar that was sticking out of some compartment. I went backwards and finally made my way to the deck of the ship. My guide meted me there, and I pointed out my cut, which I then realized wasn't all that bad. That dive trip ended with my guide Dennis, Casey, and I lying on our backs on the floor of the ocean, attempting to make water rings with our mouths. Dennis was pro at it and taught Casey and I how to quickly push our tongues in and out of our mouths as the rings of water became bigger and bigger. This Bahamas trip definitely made me so thankful for nature and beauty of the environment. One night, Casey and I wandered down to the beach after a long day of diving and soaked ourselves in the shallow water. Our friends Simon and Petter followed along and instructed us to wave our hands around in the cool water. It was dark at first, but after a couple of seconds, tiny glow-in-the-dark plankton began to appear. It was the most amazing thing I had ever seen. I was captured by the fascination I had for it all. The whole trip was spectacular, and I had so much fun with my best friend and her family. I would love to go back next summer to see all the people I became friends with and eat all the food that was so wonderful and experience the nature that mesmerized me so much. Thank you.